Boxing is a game of dreams and promises, and nowhere more so than in the Super 8. In November 2014, 8 men entered the competition in the belief that they could be champion, that this would be their night, their moment.
Nah, I mean, like I said, I don't speak trash, I speak the truth. I come in here saying what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna do it. I'm not coming here to be the token kickboxer or the token black guy, you know? Don't call it an upset. Unless you're upset, I'm kicking all this ass and getting all this cash.
The movies I used to watch as a kid when they used to have the big fight tournaments with all the best fighters come along and big knockout competition, and I used to love those movies as a kid, and now I get to live it. It's like really exciting to face up against all these guys and to, you know, to have to fight 3 times in the one night to win it, and you can't leave nothing in the tank. You've just got to go out there and go for it in every fight.
Being the favourite for this tournament coming up, it's extra pressure, but I do feel I thrive on the pressure, and it works in my favour, so I actually encourage the pressure. I know they're going to come after me, so let them come after me. I'll keep it long and hopefully I walk into a big right hand or whatever comes.
Because all these guys have fought each other in the amateur scene, and I've never had an amateur scene, so I'm really expecting them to look down. I'm a nobody, and that's good. So I'm not scared of these guys.
My name's Bryant, former 5-time amateur New Zealand champion. I live here in Paeatua. Not a lot of people know where that is, but on the 22nd of November, you will.
Each had their own story of the hardships they had overcome to climb into the ring. Their own reason why they deserve the belt, the glory, the money.
And yeah, growing up in Rotorua in high school, I was, you know, the little black boy. This is the same size head, but then I had a skinny body, so I looked like a lollipop. And yeah, I got picked on a lot, you know. I didn't know how to fight. I tell you right now, man, I didn't choose fighting, fighting chose me. And just, you know, throughout, I mean, let me just say, just life shapes you, you know?
People down in Marston will probably know the Tarpany family. They're quite renowned for punching and hitting people, and I'd like to, you know, instead of going to jail for it, make a career out of it.
Le simana tuwa pe o man malu. So stam ta alora vai ina fia man malu. Pe langangal nga yeta. This
guy's an interesting story, isn't he, Mike? Really interesting story.
Superb story. He was a guy who really has been saved by boxing. He turned professional without any amateur pedigree. He was the guy that you did not want him to run into at the pub. David Tour in his corner, I've often said, you're only as strong as the team you have behind you, and what a team. Monty Philemaya, James Emerson, and this bout is evenly poised.
Oh! Overhand right! Dropped him!
Like a tree! What a show! Just 10 seconds in the round. How did he get up?
Crunch! How's the medal of this lad?
Well, this...
it's not going to go on. He's going to finish him. He will not continue.
Some kind of tough fighters can't.
He's going to finish him. Wow!
And there it is. Quajo.
He's got his eye on. He's just keeping his eye on him. Very nice sharp shooting there by Brad Pitt. Nice shot. Right hand down, followed up the left hook. Good shot, Brad Pitt.
Joseph Quajo doubling the impact there. He was looking for the overhand right of his own. He's not happy with the knockdown being called. Adesanya, I notice he is drifting to his right. Lands a switch up right hook. He switched to southpaw himself momentarily. He's shifting, he's shuffling.
Oh!
And a lovely straight right hand.
Beautiful.
You've got to say, what has this kid got in his pocket?
Left hook, then a bit of a right hook. Bam, bam. Beautiful 2 shots.
This fight could be our fight of the night.
Oi, the boys are into it already. They're rocking and rolling by being from the bell.
Woohoo! Well, both of them already showing clean chins. Lance Bryant, he can certainly punch. He's landed that short right hand. Vitaly Soy with a step up left off the right hand. This is what we want to see. This is what it's all about. Oh.
Now we stand all the... Oh,
there's that right hand. That's the one that I love.
Oh,
and we have
Pitt's in trouble.
potentially. Brad Pitt stumbles handled badly. Joseph Quajo from nowhere. The right hand left hook. Brad Pitt holding on for dear life.
Pour the jab or pour a right hand out before throwing the power shots. There we go.
There we go.
Wow.
That's a Donnybrook brawl. No retreat, no surrender. 10 seconds to go in the round. Feels like it's been a 10-rounder already.
November 2014, the inaugural Cruiserweight Super 8 last man standing. After an epic night of KOs, controversy and boxing skills, Australian Brad Pitt emerged victorious, leaving 7 bruised egos to pick up the pieces and rebuild their career.
Your winner and inaugural Cruiserweight champion for the Super 8, Mahindra style, fighting out of the red corner!
One judge may have given it a draw, but Brad Hollywood Pitt, he did the business. There is no doubt. He was behind after the first round. He came back. He landed vicious right hands in the second. And there we see it. He will be able to fill his Christmas stocking as Monty Beetham talks to him about what's on his Christmas list.
You've got to be happy to take a nice check home with you back to Australia.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's my biggest payday today, so hopefully there's a bit more to come.
Redemption. Sometimes it's about making up for your own mistakes in centre ring. For others, it's about proving the judges were the ones who were mistaken.
The theme is redemption. You've got 2 guys here who I believe deserve a second chance more so than the others, and that's Israel Adesanya, because I think he was robbed. I think he should have gone to an extension round, and I think he excites people.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges scored this contest 29-28 for your winner by unanimous decision. Fighting out of the red corner,
Wow.
Daniel, the Doberman
An interesting decision. I wouldn't have argued for a draw.
I still wouldn't have been surprised if that went to a decider 4th round there. I'm glad it didn't. Happy with the win. Hopefully I can keep it going.
A little bit of surprise down here because we both thought it might go to an extension round, Mons.
And I think that would have been a fair decision. I think it was very close. You couldn't really separate the boys in that 3rd round. I think early on, Adesanya showed his speed once again. Daniel Armand, we said early on, it's going to be difficult finding his range against a very awkward fighter, but he got there in the end.
I don't feel like I got my ass kicked. It's like, what the fuck? It's a bit of a glitch. Like, how did I lose? I didn't feel like I lost. You know, I didn't feel like I lost anything. Even he said on the mic, like he was kind of thinking he was going to go to a 4th round, but he was glad it didn't. And backstage, he said the same thing, like, you know, I'm glad it didn't go to a 4th round because I don't think I had any more in me. And I felt great. I had gas for days, but yeah, I should have expelled it at the time.
Kickboxing phenom Israel Adesanya is adamant it should have been him and not Daniel Armand, who progressed to the semi-finals in November. After streaking out to an early lead in their quarter-final, the flamboyant Kiwi-Nigerian sat on his laurels in the 3rd round, allowing the 10-time Australian champion to pilfer the fight by the narrowest of margins.
I think Adesanya is going to, if he does progress, he'll give anyone a hard fight. And you know what the beauty of this contest is, this format, this Super 8 tournament, especially this Cruiserweight Super 8 tournament, is every fight is a cracker. They're all very even fighters.
Now notice Daniel Armand, he's changed tactics just slightly. He's waiting for the gloves to hit of Adesanya when he knows where he is, and then he's countering with a couple of shots of his own. Probably suggests he doesn't have that much respect for Adesanya's power. Big body shot there.
That was a very nice body shot.
He just needs to follow up though. 55 seconds, this is the final minute of the final round. Now Adesanya, let's see what he's got. Has he got the desperation? 40 seconds to go, possibly Armand ahead. But a very close final round.
Yeah, Adesanya's pegged it back now. You know, like this last 30 seconds, I think will determine who wins if the judges are watching the same fight. Oh, good left hook by Adesanya. Caught him coming in. Nice left hook, followed up with by Daniel Armand.
Yeah, well, wow. Adesanya landing cleanly. Armand coming back himself. Adesanya just needs... Those are nice, clean shots. He answers back, though. An experienced guy, Armand. He is tough. They don't make him any tougher.
10 seconds left, mate.
Well, this is all in the balance. Hard to pick this 3rd and final round. And those shots are cuffing. Adesanya's tend to be a bit cleaner. Looking at that shot.
Nice evasion. Good fight, lads.
Well, it is hard to pick, and I am going to remain sitting on the fence. We could very easily go to an extension round.
Most ringside observers agreed the bout should have been sent to an extension round at the very least.
I came through, as you seen, you know, with the balaclava. I was coming to rub the place up, but yeah, I felt like I got robbed that night, you know. And sometimes I just didn't realize, like, because I'm a guy with no amateur record, no pro record. So when I go in there and whoop their guys, I'll make them look bad.
Oh, and a lovely straight right hand.
Beautiful.
You've got to say, what has this kid got in his pocket?
Wow, this kid's impressive, man.
Yeah, you know, when I was in there, I think I wasn't just fighting Armand, I was fighting the judges as well in the old school boxing community. So I should have probably just jumped on him when I heard him the first 2 times, and just a few things I made mistakes on my part. And yeah, just looking to capitalize on that this time.
The other one is Lance Bryant, the boy from down the line who played a bit of rugby. He was banging Vitaly Soy, who's also fighting on the card. Vitaly Soy made it to the final. A lot of people thought that Lance Bryant was robbed, probably should have won on points alone, but geez, he had the intention of knocking out Vitaly Soy. It's always a crowd pleaser.
Lance Bryant is also returning with vengeance on his mind. The 5-time New Zealand champ fought Vitaly Soy to a standstill in their quarter-final bout. It was a throwback to the old school days of stand and deliver boxing, widely considered the fight of the night.
You've got to say, whoever wins this bout, to be fair, going through into the next round, they're going to be fatigued. This has been a battle. Good
work by Lance.
And another shot that went low, again, from Lance Bryant. But Brad McCarley, he knows it's going low because he's watching it.
These guys are doing a lot of damage to each other. This is going to be the person who's going to be up against him next. We'll be looking at it going, you know what, keep going, boys, keep going. Damage yourself as much as you can before you get to me.
Now Lance Bryant set back on his heels after having a dominant period. Bryant starting well. Soy looking worse for wear and fatigue. Both of them clutch on, looking for the breather. 1:30 to go. Lance Bryant ahead. And this is the 3rd and final. Vitaly Soy needs to find something now.
Good left hook by Lance Bryant. Third punch of the combination landing.
He's just been slightly quicker this round. He's beating Soy to the punch. And again, that jab is working. Counter right hand there from Soy over the top of the jab, but he's not following it up. Now he's coming on board, and that one wobbled Lance Bryant. We saw him buckle at the knees a minute to go. It's the 3rd and final. Everything is in the balance.
1 minute left. Who wants this the most? Good work in there by Lance.
And again, he made a miss, but he didn't go downstairs to the body. He didn't make him pay. Nice little up jab from Lance Bryant.
That's the 3rd time this round that Lance has landed a 2 and 3 punch combination on the end of the combination. You see before that he threw the overhand right, didn't land. He's got to throw punches and bunches. He's a stronger guy in there at the moment. He's got a bit more gas in the tank.
He is the fitter man. He is finishing stronger. 23 seconds to go. Vitaly Soy needs a knockdown or something.
Oh, good left hand, good straight left by Lance Bryant.
And it's worked each time he's thrown it. Now Soy, 10 seconds to go. It could be heading for his first defeat. Depends on how the judges score the first 2 rounds, of course. Big right hand there from Soy. Didn't turn the knuckles over, though.
Great fight, boys.
What a fight.
Wowee. Crowd are on their feet.
At the final bell, Bryant raised his hands in victory. But once again, the judges disagreed, awarding the bout to Soy on a split decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of professional cruiserweight boxing action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision where we find a split decision winner. Your winner, fighting out of the red corner, Vitaly Soy!
Well, it was a split decision. Lance Bryant finished stronger. He looked to have finished the better fighter. With those first 2 rounds, at least 2 judges gave Soy his way.
Well, that was a result that wasn't actually greeted with much applause. Everybody thought Buddy Bryant should have taken that one.
Yeah, it's, you know what, it could have gone either way. I think a 4th round would have been probably the fairest thing to have.
I think they were gassed. I mean, I don't think he wanted a 4th round because one of them Soy's going to have to go into sort of a semi-final now against Villamaya.
I thought he was unlucky in the last one because it didn't go to an extension round. I've done some sparring with him since. He is looking that much better, and he knows what to expect.
Fast forward to March 28, 2015, Horncastle Arena, Christchurch. A city that knows so much about getting back up after being knocked down. 5 warriors are back to battle for redemption in the Super 8 Coliseum.
I think there was a comment made that I'd fight in a phone box for free, so yeah, she's going to be explosive, and none of us are going to be sitting there looking to make it a chess match.
Really looking forward to it. This is where it all starts. You know, months of hard work behind the scenes to pull together an awesome card. Christchurch is looking forward to it. We've been doing these events now for a number of years, not on in this formula in terms of the professional fighters coming to town. You know, we do, as you know, Cantabs are always keen to show their Auckland cousins how good we can do it. There is a strong boxing background in Christchurch, you know, from the very first professional fight in New Zealand held on the banks of the Waimate River in 1862 through to the crowds that they used to draw to Canterbury Court Stadium back in the 70s and 80s. We had fighters like Dion Murphy, Kevin Barry and the like fighting. Over the last 5 years, we've done a big job in terms of building interest in boxing again. It was, you know, starting from scratch, and we have a great following for boxing in Christchurch now. So I think the Christchurch public are ready for an event of this size.
Super 8 is the Coliseum, an 8-man knockout tournament, 7 fights, 1 night, only 1 winner. These are modern-day gladiators.
What I like about it is there's guys coming in, everything's on the line. You know, you've only got 3 minutes to do the damage, to take that victory. If you don't take the victory, well, you go home early.
Remember what I said? Hands up, man. Hands up. That left hand of yours is down. That's why he's right-handed. He's alive. You want to put those hands up, okay?
And that's what we want to see. It's not about being in there for a long time. We said it before. It's about getting in there, getting the job done.
He's going counter left hook over everything, so yeah, after that, we can back up on the counter left hook, second phase back. Yeah.
Man for man, last man standing sort of thing. Could almost say it's the 2020 of boxing in cricket terms, but yeah, no, I'm looking forward to being on the undercard for it on March 28th.
Sweet. That's a big right hand, but gosh, he just gobbled it up and said, give me another one.
That would drop a bus.
You know, so that's what makes it. Fighters become desperate. You know, they don't want to lose the fight. You know, it may not be their style or whatever, but they get desperate. You know, it's people there, and that's what makes it exciting from boxing viewers. People can get knocked out. You know, that's the brutal reality of it.
Because these guys are big, they're cruiserweights, they're heavyweights, they know they've got power, and they want to see knockouts. You get bonuses for knocking people out.
I've been watching the replays, and I hold back a lot. And there was some times that I could have used what we've been working on with Dave, but I didn't.
Not a lot coming back from Philemaya. Soy stalking, fighting this pace at his own race. Counter left hook there from Philemaya, gets himself back out the centre ring. Soy continues to soar.
Mont's really got to pick up his work rate. He's really going to start throwing shots to keep Soy off. Otherwise, you know, Soy's going to just pick him off and eventually find an opening and land one of those crackers.
Like right now, we're not changing any stuff from the last time. David's just going over and over and over again, repeating whatever we did last year to stick in my head. When the time happens, you know, at the time of the fight, when he calls out something, I'm confident enough just to do it. Not like, oh, if I do this, I might get knocked out at it. So, you know.
Like the redemption, we build up to it, and then boom, in the final we meet, and I'll whoop him this time. This time I'm not going to let him slide.
I don't really care who's in the other corner. There's going to be hopefully 3 guys if I go through all the rounds, and it doesn't really matter which 3 guys they are. I'm Daniel Armand, best cruiserweight in Australia, coming to New Zealand to compete in the Super 8.
Bryant Minto coming down. He has to be the guy that is favourite to win this. He's a big heavyweight coming down the cruiserweight division. He's strong, he'll back himself. Last time we saw him against Joseph Parker, he had a broken nose, and yet he still put up a reasonable display.
The beast, Bryant Minto, is the epitome of heart. The 5'11" former world cruiserweight title challenger has fought against the odds at heavyweight most of his career. Best known for turning the career of Shane Cameron on its head in 2013.
Oh, he now with a left hook. He got caught twice. He got caught twice by Shane. He's right back again. Boy, are these guys tough. 27 seconds to go in the 5th. We got us a Pier 6 brawl in Auckland. This is great stuff. I love it.
The Pennsylvania Brawler has returned to New Zealand to make amends for an injury-hampered performance against Joseph Parker in 2014. Returning to the weight where he fought Marco Huck for the world title in 2010, the Beast brings heavyweight power, merciless conditioning, and a passion for fighting in the trenches.
Out of shape. Big right hand. He nailed him with a solid right hand. Let's see what the legs are of Shane. Shane's hurt. I'm telling you, this guy's nailed him with some serious shots. Now it's time to rough him up.
The 40-year-old has been at the top of the game and was rated inside the world top 10 only 18 months ago. He has a target on his back in this tournament. A win against Brian Minto opens doors on the international stage, but the Beast has no intention of being the hunted one.
Oh, action-packed, mate, like every time. It's all action-packed, you know, that's the format, it's action-packed, you know, it's not like there's, you know, 10 rounders on the night, you know.
This sort of thing, you don't want to go to a 4th round, you know. Got to save as much energy as you want for the next one. So yeah, basically, yeah, that's it, that's the plan. What I didn't do in the last one, I can do it now. Yeah, so basically that's it.
Look, for you guys at home, I think it's a great time to see a lot of local talent out there. So book the pay-per-view for the 28th, which is the Cruiserweight Super 8. You get to see the super fight between McCracken and also Vitaly Soy. You get to see a few old guys go at it, and you also get to see some cricketers. Jesse Ryder in the ring against the well-oiled blogger.
You know, boxing's a funny sport. All it takes is one hit, so... And, you know, apparently he's been talking himself up and stuff like that. So, you know, I reckon I'm in for a challenge. You know, I haven't been doing as much as I'd like as yet.
Yeah, Kids Can's a good charity, mate. It's a really known charity. Hey, it's looking after kids that need help, you know. So the fighter's getting involved with that to help support and raise awareness, raise funds for Kids Can is perfect.
I've got a lot of supporters in Christchurch as well. Fair to say I've got a few enemies as well on the other side, but you know that's the great thing for the charity, for the benefit of Kids Can, is that for every person who wants to see me succeed, there's probably 2 people who want to see me get a thumping, but either way the charity's going to win.
There's some people out there who think I'm a cricketer and I won't be able to mix it with someone as physical as Monty, who's obviously comes from that rugby league background and has a proven boxing record. And then there's the other people who might know a little bit more, and they've seen that I fight in MMA and I fight in 4-ounce gloves, and I've been pretty successful in that. So the physical side of things, that's not a worry to me. The main thing is me performing, getting myself there on the night in the best frame of mind and the best physical shape that I can. If I do that, then you know it's going to be a tough fight. I'm not going here thinking, I'm not saying I'm going to beat him easily. And I know he won't beat me easily. I'll tell you that now because that's never happened. I will never, ever let anyone beat me easy. If they're going to win, they're going to have to beat me and it's going to be hard.
Look, this fight on the 28th is awesome because they've got a great charity, a worthy charity in Kids Can, but also it's down there for Christchurch. I've got family down in Christchurch. We all know what happened in terms of the earthquake. I lost a cousin in that, Jeff Samt, but also having a good event down there that the Christchurch people can be a part of, they can enjoy and be entertained. And I feel really privileged to be out down there, a part of it, helping Kids Can, but also helping the people of Christchurch put on a great event. So I'm really looking forward to it.
We didn't go for the kill on that one, but this time it's redemption. So when I smell blood, we go for the kill.